Hello and welcome to DCS Chronicles, the podcast where we share, learn, and grow. I'm your host, Kimberly Morgan, and I'm so glad you're tuning in with me today. This episode is all about the experiences, lessons, and victories that shape who we are. And today's topic is one that many of us can relate to. From survival mode to success mode. But before we jump in, let's start with a quick icebreaker. Here's a question for you. If your life right now were a movie or a song, what would the title be? Take a moment and really think about that. Sometimes the way we describe our journey says a lot about where we are mentally and emotionally. I want to hear from you, so leave your responses in the comments below so I know you're listening. It's now time for daily reflections.
I would like you to consider this moment right now a moment to pause. Pause just like how a comma pauses in mid-sentence before it completes the thought. Why pause, you may ask? To reflect and to rest. And while doing that, ask God to help us transition from merely surviving daily to succeeding His way. I'm Shamil Wilkie. Welcome to Daily Reflections. Let us reflect today on the character of Daniel and his example of transitioning from survival to success with God's help. In the second chapter of the book of Daniel, we find a crisis. King Nebuchadnezzar had ordered all the wise men to be killed because they could not interpret his dream. Daniel and his friends did not panic. They sought mercy from God. You see, Daniel was not just trying to survive when the king's decree came about. He was actively solving a crisis to save the lives of others. And because of this, he was promoted in the end. Listen as he thanks God after receiving the answer. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who hast given me wisdom and might, and hast made known unto me now what we desired of thee, for thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. With God's help, Daniel and his friends successfully saved not only their own lives, but also the lives of the Babylonian wise men. And he gave glory to God, not to himself. As we transition from only surviving our trials to successfully overcoming the weaknesses that so easily set us back, let us give the glory to God, just as Daniel did. Your trial today may be a mental block that makes you feel stuck on an assignment. It might be a distraction in the form of a person testing your patience. Whatever it may be, pray sincerely. God will hear you. Thank you for soaking this in today on Daily Reflections. I'm your host, Shamil Wilkie. Until next time, trust God and take care.
Week of excellence, them can't pass without consent. Come out and be proud 'cause you're magnificent. All of these years full of talent.
Are you ready? On April 2026, Week of Excellence returns with a powerful theme, Gearing Up to Succeed.
Join us April 11 to 15 and 19 for a week designed to challenge, inspire, and elevate your purpose. Dr. Stephen Kaba, Chair of the Department of Communication Studies at Oakwood University, will bring to our church service wisdom, experience, and a message that will ignite your spiritual journey.
Let your creativity shine at our DCS Social under the theme No Pressure, Just Guts. Crazy Hat, Socks and Tie Edition.
For our community convo,
we will focus on the theme Breaking the Silence, Men's Mental Health and the Stigma of Seeking Help. This will take the style of a town hall conversation and will create a safe space for dialogue and awareness. Join us for Global Connections, where we will hear from industry professionals such as John Paul Anderson, millionaire social media marketer and entrepreneur, Steven Stanberry, digital story strategist, and Carl Brown, digital storyteller and AI specialist CEO. Get ready for Showcase My DCS under the theme The Communication Quest.
Our symposium keynote speaker and breakout session leader, Mr. Stephen Jackson, senior news editor at BBC World Service Bulletins, will come and share global insight, powerful storytelling, and the mindset it takes to succeed on any stage.
On our final day, don't miss out on our Lignum Vitae Film Showcase with our pre-show featuring the NCU Orchestra. You don't want to miss it.
Mark your calendars.
Don't miss Week of Excellence 2026, April 11 to 15 and 19, as we gear up to succeed.
Sponsored by Clear Purpose Water, Sandra Lindsay, and Carla's Escape Day Spa.
Week of Excellence. Be there.
Now let's talk about survival mode. Survival mode is that phase in life where you're simply trying to get through the day. You're managing responsibilities, dealing with stress, and sometimes just trying to keep everything from falling apart. It might look like working long hours, juggling school and personal life, or simply just handling unexpected challenges. In survival mode, your focus is often on getting by rather than growing. You're reacting to life instead of shaping it. And the truth is, many of us spend seasons of our lives in survival mode, and that's okay. Sometimes survival mode is necessary. It helps us push through difficult moments. But we were never meant to stay there forever. Up next is the backstory.
Hello and welcome to Backstory, our next segment of DCS Chronicles, where we look into the incredible talents and inspiring stories within the Department of Communication Studies right here at Northern Caribbean University. I'm your host, Nicolay Gunn, and today's episode is extra special. Today's guest is filled with creativity, hard work, and so much more. He's one of our very own, Prince Hartley. Now, Prince, oh Lord, I have a long bio here for Prince, okay? And I'm very excited to read it because we need to know what outside of daily reflections and so many other things that Prince have been doing for DCS Chronicles in recent times, what is he up to? All right, so Prince Hartley is a Jamaican media professional, entrepreneur, and final year communication studies student with a strong foundation in broadcasting and ethical communication. He's a radio host and an experienced wedding and corporate DJ known as DJ Prince, the royalty of music selection. Bringing over a decade of excellence to events across Jamaica. Professionally, he also strives within the Standard Division at the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, contributing to administrative and strategic operations. Prince is the 2017 Prime Minister's Youth for Excellence and Governor General's Achievement Awardee for Portland, recognized by his leadership and impact, passionate about youth development, media innovations, and community engagement. He continues to use his voice and talents to inspire and serve. Ooh, yes. I don't know if you heard it, but I was smiling right through that bio because we love to see when people are striving to be a better version of themselves, and not only that, but to create an impact in this life. Prince,
What's
Hi.
going on? What's up? What's up?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know. I didn't think that we would have been interviewing one of the main producers on DCS Chronicles for this season, but here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, we're interviewing one of the big shots, yeah? Now, in your background, we introduced some big things that you're an entertainer and so much more. When did you discover your love for creating and entertaining?
It all started in high school, end of first form, going into second. What happened really, how I discovered it? It's a joke. We were at our general devotion, Port Antonio High School. At the time, the MP3 boomboxes just came out and I had connected it to the PA system. Now, in that time, I believe Hits 92 FM, they just really launched somewhere down that time. And we're in the devotion and our vice principal came out and she was congratulating the cricket team and the football team.
Yeah.
And in that time, what I did, timing the music so the cues were played accurately. I
Yeah.
ended up playing something, and instead of the song came out, the time signal and there was another component for the radio came, and then
Yeah.
the name of the radio station came out, Hits 92 FM. And let me tell you, it went left in the devotion because everybody was
Mercy.
reeling, yo. And from that day, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this because I like this type of reaction. So yeah.
Yeah. Mercy. I can just imagine the emotion from there. You say, whoa,
Yeah, man, the
I love
energy
this
they got.
excitement. I need to let it continue.
Yep.
Mercy. No, lovely. We want to talk about a day in your life. We know where it begins, but now we want to hear what does a day look like? How do you plan and prepare for different events?
All right, so planning and preparation for the different events really starts at the playlists for me. Because the second I am called for an event, we have confirmation for bookings, then the next step is communicating consistently with the clients, to hear exactly what they want, the type of music, the type of vibe, the type of energy they want for the event. Some events go very differently, whether it being a wedding or one of the corporate events, but usually that's where it starts. And from there, as I said, the dialogue, the preparation, the practice, all of that happens to ensure for a smooth flow for the event.
Yeah. And I can just imagine, I really have a respect for DJs, especially DJs that they're not specific to one type. So, you have the wedding DJs and they're focused on that.
Yeah.
But I can just imagine the different clients that you deal with on the level. Do you have any standout like event or client that you have done over these years?
Standout client, there are actually three that stands out. There is a company by the name of Black Ink. I've worked with them from 2017. There is Play Media. That company, I've been working island-wide with that company, a whole lot of work. And there's also, believe it or not, one of our service providers, Digicel. I've done quite a lot of work with Digicel as well.
I tell you, people, it's big shots. I'm telling you, you can't small up Prince thing. His name is legendary, so he has to be legendary.
Of course.
All right, so that's interesting. I don't want to end this interview, and I'm being so serious. I don't want to end it, but do you have any advice for the younger generation? And I'm saying this as if you're old, but still for the younger people who wants to follow a similar path, what do you have to say to them?
What I would want to say to them or have to say to them is shoot beyond the stars, shoot as far as possible as you want, because the thing is, from what I've known over the years, not only as a disc jockey but a musician, is that a lot of times they look down on DJs. And there are other career paths that persons will be like, you're not gonna really make it nowhere, you're not gonna go anywhere. But let me tell you something, if you have a love for something, you have a passion for it, go for it. I didn't see myself getting the Prime Minister's Youth Award or the Governor General Youth Award. But hey, I aimed for it, I put in the
And you
work
got it.
and I got it. Got both of them all in 1 year. So
Yeah.
so be consistent and go for what you want, and you will see the results.
Wow. Such an inspiration. I must tell you, Prince, I've said it to you before, very hardworking, very, just a wonderful person to deal with and to work with. I probably be an headache to him, should be told, but he never let it seem too much like that. And it's just a pleasure working with you, a pleasure to interview you. And before I get emotional, let's loosen up things just a little bit. Yeah, with some quick fire favorites. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to ask quick questions so I can get quick answers. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Morning or night person?
Both.
Okay. I guess your job doesn't allow you to choose. Okay. Beach or river?
Beach.
Yeah, I'm in for that. Okay. Favorite Jamaican food?
Oh my. Come on. Rice and peas and curry goat. Ain't gonna get over that ever.
Oh, I'm put a little fried chicken on it, probably.
Yes, definitely. And a chicken leg.
And the final one is your favorite music genre?
Believe it or not, souls. I absolutely love those music. Love that genre. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some little Luther Vandross and all of those things.
Very much so.
Yeah. You're I think I need to be at an event that you definitely DJ Prince. Who knows? I probably keep an event of my own and call you up. Book him, everybody. Prince, what's your info?
All right. So you can find me on Instagram at DJ Prince Royalty. TikTok the same, dj.prince.royalty876.
All right, there you have it, people. Thank you so much, Prince, for sharing your story and wisdom. Creatives, as you said, specifically DJs, they're looked down at. But today we hear that it's not just a DJ thing. You can do so much more with your life. Right. And even though the life of an entertainer is crazy, he finds time to do so much more. Such an inspiration. And I just want to thank you also, listeners. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Nicolay Gunn, and this was Backstory. Later.
Week of excellence, them can't pass without consent. Come out and be cause we're magnificent. All of these years full of talent.
Are you ready? On April 2026, Week of Excellence returns with a powerful theme, Gearing Up to Succeed.
Join us April 11 to 15 and 19 for a week designed to challenge, inspire, and elevate your purpose. Dr. Stephen Kaba, Chair of the Department of Communication Studies at Oakwood University, will bring to our church service wisdom, experience, and a message that will ignite your spiritual journey.
Let your creativity shine at our DCS Social under the theme No Pressure, Just Guts. Crazy Hat, Socks, and Tie Edition. For our community convo, we will focus on the theme Breaking the Silence, Men's Mental Health and the Stigma of Seeking Help. This will take the style of a town hall conversation and will create a safe space for dialogue and awareness. Join us for Global Connections, where we will hear from industry professionals such as John Paul Anderson, millionaire social media marketer and entrepreneur, Steven Stanberry, digital story strategist, and Carl Brown, digital storyteller and AI specialist CEO. Get ready for Showcase My DCS under the theme The Communication Quest.
Our symposium keynote speaker and breakout session leader, Mr. Stephen Jackson, senior news editor at BBC World Service Bulletins, will come and share global insight, powerful storytelling, and the mindset it takes to succeed on any stage.
On our final day, don't miss out on our Lignum Vitae Film Showcase with our pre-show featuring the NCU Orchestra. You don't want to miss it.
Mark your calendars.
Don't miss Week of Excellence 2026, April 11 to 15 and 19, as we gear up to succeed.
Sponsored by Clear Purpose Water, Sandra Lindsay, and Carla's Escape Day Spa.
Week of excellence.
Be there.
Moving from survival mode to success mode begins with a shift in mindset. Success mode is when you begin to take control of your direction. Instead of just responding to circumstances, you start making intentional choices about your future. It might start with small changes, like setting realistic goals, prioritizing your well-being, learning new skills, or just surrounding yourself with supportive people. Success mode doesn't mean life suddenly becomes easy. It simply means you're actively working towards growth instead of just coping with pressure. We'll be right back to finish our conversation.
Welcome to Alumni Focus. I'm Jada K. Pringle, and this is where we highlight graduates of Northern Caribbean University whose journeys inspire us to keep pushing forward. This month's theme is From Survival to Success Mode. Many students begin their university journey simply trying to survive the pressures of school, finances, and personal growth. But for some alumni, those struggles become the very foundation of their success. Today, we highlight two alumni whose stories remind us that perseverance can turn challenges into achievements. Our first featured alumnus is Sushani Ferran.
As for me, growing up in a single parents household was not easy. And when I started NCU, finance were one of my biggest struggles. Like many other students, I had dreams, but the reality of tuition and daily expense, with me traveling from St. Elizabeth to Manchester every time, it was very overwhelming. So to support myself, I participated in the work and travel program and also relied on student loan to continue my studies. And balancing work, because I had to work, and the responsibilities for school and academics was very difficult. But through it all, I trusted God to guide me to make it, and I did. So today I stand proud knowing that by God's grace and determination, I was able to persevere despite all the obstacles, and I know that you too can do it.
During their time at Northern Caribbean University, we heard how they faced several obstacles while pursuing their studies. Balancing academics and personal responsibilities was not always easy. However, through the hard work, they pushed beyond survival mode. Today, they're making an impact in the field of business management, proving that perseverance truly pays off. Our second featured alumnus is Brianna Bruce.
For me, one of the biggest struggles I faced as a student at NCU was balancing academics, sports, and trying to maintain a social life. My courses were very demanding, and as an athlete for the school, the training sessions were also very demanding, and I still wanted to partake in the social activities of the school. What I did to overcome those struggles, I tried to stick to a schedule and not to procrastinate. And I also, stayed up some late nights, put in extra studying. But there were moments where I felt overwhelmed trying to keep up with everything. But I tried to remain disciplined with my time. And over time, I got used to it.
Like many students, their journey at NCU came with moments of doubt and difficulty. But instead of allowing challenges to stop them, they used them as motivation to grow and succeed. Today, they are contributing meaningfully to accounting, showing that the struggles of yesterday can lead to the successes of tomorrow. These stories remind us that success does not always begin with comfort. Sometimes it starts with simply surviving the journey. But with determination and perseverance, survival can truly turn into success. I'm Jada K. Pringle.
The NCU Media Group and the Department of Communication Studies at Northern Caribbean University brings you The Lunch Bag, a program to leave you full with goodies such as Money Matters, Tiny Bites, healthy snacks, a special film feature, and of course, the main course. This 30-minute delight will leave you wanting more. It's The Lunch Bag, every last Friday on the YouTube channel NCU TV Jamaica at midday. Come hungry and leave fully satisfied.
Highlighting exemplary individuals is what the month of March is all about. It's also the month in which we celebrate International Women's Day. And today on Community Focus, we have an outstanding icon in our midst. She is the founder of Young Women and Men of Purpose and former Festival Queen of Manchester. She's none other than Miss Lanissa Roden. Good morning, Miss Roden. How are you today?
Good morning, Mr. Rupa. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Once again, I want to thank you for just making the time to be here. So the first question I have to ask is, well, who are you? Who is Lanissa Roden? And what is Young Women and Men of Purpose?
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for that question, an interesting question. I'm Lanissa Roden, born and bred in the parish of Manchester. I'm a believer in God. I am very passionate about just helping, especially young people, to identify or to discover their God-given purpose. I say that I'm passionate about two main things, and that is youth and community development and entrepreneurship. I'm an entrepreneur. I started my first business many, many years ago and have used that experience to craft programs. So in 2009, I was recommended or, asked to enter JCDC Festival Queen competition. After saying no initially, I accepted the challenge and actually entered for my parish of Manchester, which is where I live. And I actually won the competition for the parish of Manchester. Now, if you know anything about the JCDC Festival Queen competition, it is a cultural pageant that focuses on young women who can become cultural ambassadors for their parishes and then the country. One of the key elements of the pageant is also that you need to be active in your community. And so when I won, I needed to start a community service project. And because I was informally mentoring the young women who I was teaching in my class at heart, I decided to use that as my community service project. And so YWOP was formed in 2009. It was actually Young Women of Purpose at the time. And it was 1 year later, the males were asking about them, what about us? And so based on the support that I had and the impact that we had created, we actually registered and become a nonprofit organization and expanded the organization to include males.
That's really wonderful. So when you came to this decision to help found YWOP/YMOP, were there any problems that you saw that made it more pressing for you to take this step?
Well, yes. So as I mentioned, the inspiration for my community service project, I wanted to mentor young women. So I was teaching with heart, and in my class, I would say 95% of the students at the time were females. I was just exposed to just some of the different or the depth of challenges that, young women face: teenage pregnancy, physical abuse. Some of them had dropped out of high school. Many of them did not know the career path that they wanted to pursue. I had students too who would message me wanting to commit suicide, and I would have to, counsel them and to speak with them and just encourage them. So that was really the inspiration and the drive to make what I was already doing through the classroom formal.
All right. Now, this episode is From Survival to Success. That's what the theme is. So when you hear that phrase, how does that appeal to you?
I think in life, we all go through situations where we would consider ourselves survivors. Personally, for me, I would have, encountered different challenges. I did not come from what I would say a wealthy family. My parents were, working class. My mom was a seamstress or a dressmaker. So I've seen that drive. Also grew up seeing my dad working hard at his craft also. So there were times in life, especially when I wanted to go to university. I remember one of the first things I thought about was, boy, I don't have any money to go. And I remember one of my teacher, who was also someone who attended my church at the time, introduced me to UTech to say that there's student loan that you can actually, get to go to college. And I was able to get in and to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Thank you, Miss Roden, for enlightening us today, and we continue to look forward to the great things you have in store. Thank you, our listeners, for tuning in on Community Focus. Until next time, stay blessed.
Tired of long discussions that go nowhere? Well, here's one that gets to the point. The Department of Communication Studies and the NCU Media Group present On That Point, the last Thursday of each month at 6 p.m. on YouTube at NCU TV. Don't miss a chance to see local and international colleges and universities match wit in interesting debates. See you there.
Greetings, lovely people, and welcome back to Genius Gems, the program where we uncover the brilliance in every gem, including you. I'm your host, Jada Atkinson. Our theme for the month of March is From Survival to Success Mode. Let's now take a moment to be honest. A lot of us spend a lot of time merely attempting to survive relationships, work, school, finances, and sometimes even life itself. But today, we're posing an important question. What does it take to go from merely getting by to actually succeeding? First, let's examine what survival mode looks like. When you're always reactive to life rather than controlling it, you are in survival mode. To get through the day, you are doing what is necessary. Stress levels increase, deadlines mount, and occasionally you feel as though you're operating automatically. In survival mode, getting by is always the main priority. But here's the raw truth about survival. Surviving is necessary sometimes. We are all faced with obstacles in life. The secret is to avoid becoming trapped there. Survival mode should be transitory, not permanent. The goal is to grow beyond it. The first step in success is a mental change. Rather than asking, how do I just get through this? You ask yourself, how can I grow from this? When someone is in success mode, they begin to make deliberate decisions. They make plans, they make skill investments, they surround themselves with others who motivate them to improve. Perfection is not the goal of success. The goal is advancement. It's choosing progress over comfort, discipline over distraction, and purpose over pressure. To help you transition from survival to success mode, allow me to leave you with 3 potent gems. The first gem is to use your time wisely. Success rarely happens by accident. You offer yourself the chance to develop and achieve more when you organize your days and concentrate on your priorities. The second gem is to invest in oneself. Learn more, gain new abilities, boost your self-esteem. You create more options for the future as you grow as a person. The third gem is to have faith in your abilities. Because they don't think they can succeed, a lot of people stay in survival mode. But keep in mind that everyone who has achieved success began with uncertainty. Their conviction that they could become greater was what made the difference.
Moving from survival to success mode doesn't happen immediately. Small steps, everyday self-discipline, and an unwavering perspective are the components of this trip. Therefore, keep in mind that success starts with a simple choice. The choice to grow, regardless of where you are right now, whether you feel overwhelmed, trapped, or just hungry for more. Thank you for listening to Genius Gems, where each revelation is a step closer to becoming your best self. I'm Jada Atkinson. Until the next time, never stop shining, developing, and finding your inner brilliance.
Week of excellence, them can't pass without consent. Come out and be proud 'cause we're magnificent. All of these years full of talent.
Are you ready? On April 2026, Week of Excellence returns with a powerful theme, Gearing Up to Succeed.
Join us April 11 to 15 and 19 for a week designed to challenge, inspire, and elevate your purpose. Dr. Stephen Kaba, Chair of the Department of Communication Studies at Oakwood University, will bring to our church service wisdom, experience, and a message that will ignite your spiritual journey.
Let your creativity shine at our DCS Social under the theme No Pressure, Just Guts. Crazy Hat, Socks, and Tie Edition.
For our community convo, we will focus on the theme Breaking the Silence, Men's Mental Health and the Stigma of Seeking Help. This will take the style of a town hall conversation and will create a safe space for dialogue and awareness. Join us for Global Connections, where we will hear from industry professionals such as John Paul Anderson, millionaire social media marketer and entrepreneur, Steven Stanberry, digital story strategist, and Carl Brown, digital storyteller and AI specialist CEO. Get ready for Showcase My DCS under the theme The Communication Quest.
Our symposium keynote speaker and breakout session leader, Mr. Stephen Jackson, senior news editor at BBC World Service Bulletins, will come and share global insight, powerful storytelling, and the mindset it takes to succeed on any stage.
On our final day, don't miss out on our Lignum Vitae Film Showcase with our pre-show featuring the NCU Orchestra. You don't want to miss it.
Mark your calendars.
Don't miss Week of Excellence 2026, April 11 to 15 and 19, as we gear up to succeed.
Sponsored by Clear Purpose Water, Sandra Lindsay, and Carla's Escape Day Spa.
Week of Excellence.
Be there. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of DCS Chronicles. I hope today's conversation reminded you that while survival mode may be a part of the journey, success mode is always possible. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to share it with someone who might need a little encouragement today. And before you go, drop your movie and song titles in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Kimberly Morgan, and this has been DCS Chronicles.